Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing great. Now, not the last video, but the one before that, I had done a video about what it's like for the INFP to have no friends and perhaps why we end up being in a situation where we feel quite isolated and lonely. And I thought that today I would do a bit more of an upbeat and positive video about why INFPs make really great friends. Yes, we may struggle with certain aspects, as does every single person on this planet. We're all not perfect, but we can all add something to a relationship, which really does contribute to the overall quality of our relationships in life. INFPs offer very unique and what I consider quite amazing contributions to relationships. Ones where perhaps people tend to underestimate us or not give us the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes it is about taking self-responsibility and understanding that we need to be able to give people a certain something in order for them to realize that we are interested in forming relationships with them. But also it's obviously a give and take situation where there are certain qualities to us that really do shine and that the world really should value because we're pretty cool kinds of people. So today I'm going to discuss with you guys the parts of being INFP that make us good friends. The first one and the main one is authenticity. You'll never find an INFP not being true to you as the other person in the relationship. They're always going to be authentic and genuine. And that is the authenticity of what they give into the relationship and how true they stay to themselves in the relationship too. INFPs, of course, do tend to become quite passive-aggressive in terms of conflicts, and they may take a while to open up and they can sugarcoat things. However, fundamentally speaking, you are going to see a very true and authentic person right in front of you. You won't likely have to question their motives or what they're doing behind closed doors, maybe a secretive bias or something that they may not be telling you. For example, we of course come across people in our lives who are there to take something from us. They are there in our lives for clout. They are there to take advantage of something that we can offer them. And these relationships, they do feel like very one-sided. You won't ever have to worry about the INFP chasing you for clout or chasing you for something that you can give them. They're certainly not so much users. This next one is that the INFP has very high empathy levels, and this of course is fundamental to a relationship because in order for a relationship to thrive, you do have to be pretty emotionally intelligent and empathetic. There's one thing I know from being a married person with kids. You need to meet each other's needs and you need to make their happiness your priority. And it's the same thing with friendships. A friendship will thrive when two people have empathy for one another. So an INFP in this regard understands what the other person needs, or at least they seek to understand what the other person needs. They understand that this other person in their life is their own unique being with separate needs and values than them. And the INFP respects that. They want the other person in the relationship to live to their own values and to do what suits them. And the INFP will act kind of like a cheerleader on the sidelines, wanting this person to succeed and celebrating when this person meets victories or when they fail. No, they won't celebrate when the person fails, but they'll be there for that person. INFPs tend to have pretty good listening skills, although for some people they do find it a little bit difficult to sustain that kind of energy. But overall, the INFP wants the other person in their friendship to live to their values, to be happy and to succeed. And the INFP understands that that person will do things in their own way and to be able to move about life in the way in which suits them. You won't often find the INFP trying to tell the other person in the relationship what to do. The INFP won't likely give advice unless unless they specifically ask for advice. So the INFP is there to listen and to empathize and to let that person be who they are. This is why you often find that INFPs are the kinds of people who will give others space, and I can definitely vouch for that, because anytime I can see someone feeling a bit tetchy or whatever, I'm just like, okay, give them space, give them time to breathe, and they're going to sort out things on their own terms, and I'll be right here for when they need me. So the next one is that INFPs offer depth, and this is depth within how far they can take a friendship, what that friendship means to them, and depth in the sense that you won't ever really be bored with an INFP, because they tend to offer creative or intellectual topics and conversations or different concepts to explore. So it's not really a dull moment around the INFP, despite them being most likely somewhat quiet until they're ready to open up. The INFP doesn't really have time for wishy-washy, surface level kinds of relationships. They don't really see the value in issues which are superficial, because it doesn't really add any benefit to them or the overall picture, which is what they're seeking. But when it comes to them finding friendships to which they feel that they can find a deeper meaning, then they feel like they've got a really true and authentic friendship. So if you're in a relationship or a friendship with an INFP who feels that they can freely explore these conversations that have a lot of depth and intellect to them, then you know that that INFP truly values you and truly values the friendship. INFPs will often overthink things when it comes to socializing. So they want to be able to actually make an impact when it comes to your friendship. They're not going to waste their time doing things which you personally don't value. They want to be able to add to the friendship and add to the overall reason why you both are hanging out. Because as I said, they're not just going to waste their time on anything that's superficial. They don't want to waste your time. If the friendship doesn't work, they want you to go out and find people who do align with you. And that goes back to the first point of their authenticity. So it all kind of really interlinks here. INFPs will give you space if you need it. They're very aware of what the other person needs. Goes back to point 2. In a relationship, if they can sense that this person is getting tetchy or needs some space and time alone to sort through things, then the INFP understands that, and they'll be there for that person when they're ready to come back. This doesn't mean to say that the INFP won't be clingy, because of course there are so many moments in my life where I've been incredibly clingy, but at the same time, this clinginess, I actually wind up giving the person too much space when I feel clingy, because I have this understanding of, well, if I give them space, and they're gonna want to come and involve themselves with me again. So it can sometimes backfire, but generally speaking, the INFP knows that when you give people space, it gives them time to heal and sort through what they need to sort through. This could partially be because the INFP knows that that's what they need themselves, is that space to sort through things, that space to be alone, to contemplate, to heal, and to reflect on what's going on in their lives. So perhaps maybe not everyone needs this space specifically, but the INFP is aware that if you do express to them what you need, they'll want to meet that need. So whether you do like space or not, the INFP will want to meet that need. So these are my 4 main things about why INFPs make great friends, and there of course are plenty more, and a lot of those things coming down to who that individual is as an individual. So if you want to discuss more of why INFPs make great friends, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. This is a bit of a short and sweet video from my usual 15-minute long hollers, but you know, every now and again I do like to create smaller videos so that you guys can digest everything I say, because I do flap my mouth sometimes. For now, I hope you guys have a really good day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys all again for the next video. Bye!